Riot just announced a new League of Legends TCG, and it's very disappointing. I mean, you can argue that there's some bittersweet things about it, some pros, but overall, the community reception has been quite negative, and for good reason. I'm going to go into why I'm disappointed and why people in general have been pretty harsh on this announcement. So, immediately, the biggest issue is Legends of Runeterra. People who like card games loved Legends of Runeterra. It was an amazingly designed game with so much care put into the League of Legends world universe, the game itself, making it super accessible and very player friendly in terms of monetization. And, resources were shifted from that to make this game. And this might not be a software game, but you see here, Dave Guskin, who was an executive producer on that game, is now game director for the TCG. And I'm sure there's so many other ways where stuff was, diverted from Runeterra to this game. And it makes sense. Runeterra didn't make you money. You're a business. You have to make money. So you're going to kill Runeterra. But as a player, for the whole player base, it's hard to care about your problems making money as a billion-dollar company when you gave us this great game and now you're just killing it. Sure, you need to make money and it's your proper decision to get rid of us, but like why would a player care about that, Now here in the video you can see that they're reusing the champion mechanic, which is a pretty cool mechanic in trading card games or card games in general, in my opinion. But again, it feels like they're reusing game mechanics, so it doesn't even feel like a completely standalone thing from Legends of Runeterra. It just feels like they saw Legends of Runeterra and said, "No, we need to make more money off this. So we're gonna kill this thing you like and make something new that will make us more money." And yeah, sure, go ahead. It's your right to do that, but it's our right to be, super frustrated and angry with that. Now, looking at what we're seeing on the screen, this card art, in my opinion, looks horrible. This is also another reason why this is so disappointing. A big appeal of these trading card games is, the beauty of the cards and the value of actually collecting them. And these cards literally just look like splash arts with like crappy text, and like this looks completely uninspiring from a purchaser standpoint. And I mean, maybe this is not the official release. Like, are they going to change these? These look bad. They're just reused assets. It's it, this is looks, and the card design themselves is not exciting, right? So the game does feel like kind of like repackaged to save costs and get as much money as possible, and it's so much less accessible for the majority of players. I mean, that's the beauty of an online game, is anyone can play. If you don't have a tabletop community or store near you, how are you even going to play this game? um yeah, sure, just don't play it. But then it's like, so you've taken away something that people had access to, and now you're doing something that will make you more money. That's why people are angry. Now, going further on stuff I don't like about this announcement, Riot's monetization has been increasingly desperate, maybe I would say, in the past, few years, with an increase in gacha and basically high price point luxury stuff. And I mean, a physical trading card game seems like a logical next step in continuing to lock players out of content in exchange for more money. But in the case of a game like this, it's not just cosmetic items you get locked out of. It's ends up being players have less access to power in the game. It's effectively pay to win unless they're giving these, you know, really rare card arts, like card styling, as luxury items, which doesn't seem that likely. And based on how the card designs they've shown look, it like these are not like beautiful cards, as I mentioned. So we'll see what they do there. But Riot's monetization over the past, few years adds even more skepticism to, my excitement for this announcement. And like, I also want to highlight, this guy is playing a Victor deck. And that actually kind of annoys me too, because that character, Victor, as they've shown him, not only is a fully repackaged version of the Victor that existed in Runeterra, but that's not even a Victor that exists anymore in the universe. And sure, it's, they'll release more sets and newer cards, but it kind of adds to the feeling that this is just some project that they like put on the side and said, we need to make money somehow. Build this, release it to China. It's coming out in China first, and for the foreseeable future, will be in China until they figure out how to get it to the rest of the world. So let's go make some money in China from this like separate thing and then send it to everyone. If this was like a coordinated Riot vision project, surely they would have, had some more arcane integration in their initial what they show here and what they release. Again, this is a very small teaser, so it is possible that we get something much more cohesive and better looking when it comes out. But I don't know. It's this kind of also does seem like a finished product what they're playing in this video, right? So it's very disappointing. Overall, this is a super disappointing teaser. And as I mentioned, the people involved in the design level, who you see on screen right now, totally not to blame. Not to blame at all. It seems like they've put their heart into this game. when I say resources were funneled from Runeterra to this game, these people are part of the resources. The care that they put into the game seems kind of apparent from the way they talk about it, and I'm sure they are trying to provide players with like a valuable experience while complying with whatever new monetization standards might have to be reached. But while there are some potential positives, the gameplay could be fun, and like yeah, again, I mean the Riot universe, Runeterra itself has been growing in a very cool way, and they do mention a focus on competitive play and social play, which are two awesome things to hear about a over the top, trading card game. It's still just so disappointing when you consider the larger context in which this game was created and the trends of how Riot has managed its games. Especially when a trading card game, as I mentioned, can be very pay to win. So it's hard to be excited, and I understand why overall the community reaction is so disappointed between Reddit comments, YouTube comments, just Twitter, whatever. Everyone is kind of pessimistic. I don't know about the Chinese reaction. Maybe they're very excited. I mean, they're gonna actually get to play it off the bat, so we'll see. When the game comes out, I might have to revisit how they've improved the card design, hopefully, or other like maybe the gameplay is much more divergent from Legends of Runeterra than we thought. For now, it's not looking good, and we'll see. Hopefully this ends up being cool. I know Riot thinks, especially based on like the recent success of like One Piece trading card game, that they have a great opportunity here. I hope that this game is more than just here's a way we can make a lot of money. That this game is truly like a proper soulful game. We'll see.